Hey everybody, welcome to Afternoon Market Action. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here, and it's also Western Wednesday. This cowboy hat, my vest, my bolo, my shirt. I got my boots on. Please do not make me show you my boots. It takes a lot of work for me to be able to do that. But I got my boots on. If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear today on the first trading day of March. A lot of stuff going on, right? A lot of stuff going on. A wicky wacky day, Western Whiskey Day. I can't do whiskey. Hold on. Let me do this. Hold on. Let's go. That. No. Yep, I can't do whiskey. So Joey put in a couple of other little gifts in here. So slap leather, partner. There we go. I slapped the leather. There we go. I slapped the leather. All right. So hopefully you liked. I got one or two more that we can do on there. I know Joey did a really good job with these little gifs, however you say them, to make this a little bit more entertaining. All right, so howdy, Natasha. Glad that you're here. I'm glad that all of you are here. Let's go see. We got 75. I don't know if the alert hit yet, but nonetheless, you know me. I want to try to get us 300 people in the room. If you can make that happen, it'd be greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. Let's get 300 people in the room on the first trading day of March. And first Western Wednesday for the month of March as well. So, all right, let's get rocking and rolling. As we can take a look at what's going on in the market, we got some inflation data came out today, a little worse than what was expected, a little less than what was anticipated, but a little worse than the previous one. What's your price target for the SPY? Micah, I'm not a really good person to give you projections on price. I can always track a stock, look at it, and give you some opportunities to know if the stock still has legs to the upside or not. As far as a price target, though, let's do this. Let's do this. I'm going to try to accommodate you. All of the major indices are down. We've got a red light in the color guard pricing column. VectorVest does not advocate buying any stocks. All of our major market timing tools or major market timing signals are all down. All right. So for anybody who's playing the market long, this is more of a trader's market more so than a trending market. And there you go. Joey put the first poll up there. Are you trading this market or trying to find long-term investments? Take that poll. I want to see where you guys' heads are at in the current market conditions that we have right now. I'm going to move us over into the program. And here's the market. I've got a wedge on the VectorVest composite. Here's today's activity, a down day in the market, but we're right at the precipice of breaking through the down, this uptrend, higher lows, breaking down below that. If that happens, the market does have legs to the downside to the value of about $54.91 is our next level of support on the VectorVest composite. Micah says, appreciate your honesty, which is why I watch. Not a problem, but I'm going to try to do that. Let's go take a look. Let's go add the SP. What do you want? The SPY and SPX. Let's go put on the spiders. And even as I look at the spiders, I feel that the VectorVest composite gives you a broader range of the market. This is just looking at the S&P 500. Where's my target? So what I would look at when looking at trying to give you a price target is this is just today. Let's put this on a 1-month graph. All right, let's go put this on a 1-month graph. Where's my level of support? Well, I've got one. I've got a level of support currently sitting at 391.78, Micah. And if the market still has legs to the downside, I've got another level of support sitting at 387.34. Does that answer your question, by the way, Micah? Does that answer your question? All right, and that's what I'm looking at. And that's not me just lollygagging, just willy-nilly giving you a target. I'm looking at what the graph is telling me. All right, Rivian is crashing down. I saw a story on it. I forgot what the story says. I don't know if they missed earnings. I did see a story on Rivian earlier today. But Micah, couple of things that I'm looking for. Prior to the market going down, could we have gotten you out earlier by way of the 20-day exponential moving average? Absolutely. All right, I'd rather get out when the spiders are crossing below a 20-day exponential moving average than to hold them all the way through right now. Was a recall? And Dolly says they did miss. All right, Dolly says that they did miss. All right, we're sitting at 200 people, folks. Get me 100 more people in the room. Come on, you guys can do it. Share this on all of your social media. Get me 300 people, because in this current market, a lot of people are not understanding what they should do. The alert today says, with the strange or the weird movements in the market, you need to do this now. Do this now means watch the stocks that you currently own. Be careful on the stocks that you're buying long right now, and understand that for the most part, with the market looking the way that it is, let's go back to the market timing graph, these trades or these long-term positions or these longer positions that you're in, they are most likely trades. They are not something that you want to hold long-term. If you agree with that type of one, if you disagree with that type of two, anything that you're looking at long now to buy is most likely going to be a trade for a day or two. After that, I think all bets are off the table. Either the trade is going to work for you or it's not, and you need to get out of it. I was just answering a comment on someone was talking about, well, you showed us Palantir a few days ago and it's gone down for 7 days in a row. And he then said that I remind him of Kramer. And I was like, what? Listen, you guys do realize that I am not a broker, correct? Type a yes or a no in the room. You guys do realize that I'm not a broker. And from that, the ideas that I bring to the channel are ideas that I want you to keep your eyes on. And sometimes you may look and turn around and say, well, I really like that stock. I like what Glenn said about that stock. It makes sense to me. And you go buy into that stock. One thing I cannot tell you what stocks to buy or what stocks to sell. Everything that I do on this channel is mainly for the bringing the ideas to you, whether they're short term, whether they're prudent, whether they are long term. It's all for the purposes of giving you an understanding of an idea of a stock that I want you to keep your eyes on, and the reasons why. Whether the reasons are my own, or whether it comes from a news story, or whether it is because the VectorVest system says that it's okay, you still have to make your decisions. All right. I invest in Canadian energy. These are all up today, CPI. So Bob, again, I'm still not in the Canadian database, so I cannot pull these up, and I apologize for that. Selling short-term call and put verticals. Nothing wrong with that, Mark. See, again, short-term, because this is more of a trader's market, more so than a longer-term trending market. All that short-term stuff is fine. All of that is fine. And Maria's right. Manage your trade. So for anybody who wants to jump on board and say that the stock that I gave you didn't make money, listen, I was in Palantir after I did the story because I liked what I said. But I got out of it because moving averages told me, by way of my own plan, the moving averages said this wasn't the right time to be in it. I still like Palantir long term. Don't get me wrong. I do. Tonight, right now is not the right time to be in it. Everybody knows that I love Apple, but I am not in love with Apple, and I know when to be in it, and I know when to be out of it. Stocks don't love you, so you should not love them. Sonny says, like Jim Cramer or Cosmo Cramer? Maybe more like Cosmo Cramer. Currently beating the market with oil tankers. Thank you, VectorVest. RJ, they are still hot stocks. And I got a couple of news articles on them as well. So real quick, this is where we stand as far as the market is concerned. I think that if we break out of this wedge to the downside, we still have legs to the downside. As Michael wanted to look at the spiders, I've given you some ideas of levels of support to keep your eyes on from the spiders as well. All right, good question. I don't normally do that, but if I'm using the graph, I'm not just throwing numbers out there, Micah. I'm using the graph to help me to back up what I'm thinking about that. You've got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Sing again. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. While you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Yee-haw! All right. I think that was a great song for today. I think that was a good song today. There you go, John. Glenny Rogers. I like that. Glenny Rogers. I like that. All right. So let's take a look at some news that's moving the market. And and this is important right here. And this is, again, why I need you guys to get people up in here. These are news articles that are, wow. Okay. I got to zoom that out a little bit. There we go. Big news. All right, so the ISM came in today a little hotter than expected. Fed seemed likely to raise policy rate above 5.5 in September. Remember, I told you, mark my words. My words were, I think that we were going to have a bigger hike in March. I think it's going to be at least a 50 basis point move in March. And after that, he's going to be already at his 5% level, terminal rate. I think that right after that, I think he's going to say that he's going to have to raise the terminal rate to about 6% by September. That's what I think. Glenn, you have to grow a Glenny Rogers beard. Wait, already I got a little fuzz up there right now. I got a little fuzz. So Bob said these are in both countries. All right, I'm going to keep my eyes on them. BTE, CVE, EFR, SU, and CNQ. All right, I got you. I got you. What kind of spy are you in? The FBI, the CIA, the NSA, or 007? Fireblazer? If I tell you, I'd have to kill you. If I tell you, I'd have to kill you. So I can't tell you. Joey, make him stop singing. Wow. Y'all didn't like my song? Y'all didn't like my song? John says, I will say it once again. If Powell listened to Fed Governor Glenn and did 100 basis points in the beginning, we'd be better off. I wanted to do the 100 basis points. I think it's too late for him to do it now. I think it's totally too late for him to do it now. All right. My next story. Now, this is a very interesting story. Where are rates headed? Bet on higher for longer term here and everywhere. And this is straightforward. This is straightforward. I think that a lot of people who still feel that the Fed is not going to kill the economy, he's sort of kind of going to have to. All right. Instead of ripping off the Band-Aid with 100 basis points, I think we're going to go to not a death by 1,000 cuts, but I think we're just going to slowly go down, but with 1,000 paper cuts all the way down. Chris says, I like your song. Good job. And Rodney says, hey, where can we buy the album? But Fireblazer says, don't give up the good job. Alberto says, you're a good singer. There you go. Global bonds lost 31% in 2022, the worst annual performance for fixed income for data going all the way back to 1900. It also signaled the end of a 40-year period known as the golden age for bonds. Dan is on it. I think that every time we see the market goes up, what do I call it? I call it irrational exuberance. I think there's nothing positive in the market at the current point in time to push the market higher except for the bulls trying. This is not a time where the market's going to... The Fed is going to shut all that down. He's going to. I don't think there's no way of getting around it because inflation may be coming down, but not fast enough. All right, but not fast enough. Now, this is the real important story. M2 money supply just dropped the most ever. What that says about the Fed's next move. And the interest rates combined with the tightening of the Fed's balance sheet appear to be having their effect. Okay, as seen in the gradual deceleration of inflation from its 2022 peak. All right. But the U.S. money supply measured by M2, but what matters more is whether the Fed can achieve the inflation rate of 2% in a reasonable period. The Fed is adamant about getting inflation down to 2%. And you run the numbers in your head. How much does he have to raise interest rates to get inflation to 2%. And it's a lot more than where we are right now, which is why the terminal rate is going to have to raise, which is why I think he's going to have to go back to raising more than a quarter point, 25 basis points. I wouldn't be shocked to see if he does 75 basis points within the next couple of raises. Irrational Glenn exuberosity is what that is. Wow. Raised him to 10% already. I think he can't do that. I think I understand the economy can't handle that. All right. John, the economy can't handle that kind of terminal rate. It can't. I'm thinking that we are pushing the economy, and I don't think that we're pushing it enough. If inflation is doing what it's doing, I don't think we're pushing it enough, but 10% terminal rate, the economy couldn't handle it. And this is also, Marty is right. Credit card debt is at the highest in 17 years. You know something? This has only just begun because people are currently right now putting more money on their credit cards, and then they're going to worry about it later. But if the economy continues to get worse, how are they going to pay that? I'm telling you, folks, what we're going through is just the tip of the iceberg. Whether you want to call it a recession, whether you want to call it a soft landing, a hard landing, on all of that, this ain't over. This is over, and this ain't over, and I think that this is just the beginning. The problem with these rate increases is that it's really hurting the fixed income and folks who don't make too much money. And John, you're right. You're right. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're absolutely right. But what do we do to get around it? All right, what are going to, a lot of people, and Asif might be right on point, that a lot of people are going to file. I don't doubt that we might see record bankruptcies between the next couple of years. Interesting, right? Could be very interesting because people are putting all this money on their credit cards. And Micah, what does that look like? I am right on board with you. A lot of people think that it's a conspiracy theory that I'm spouting. We need a great reset. What does that look like? And I don't know what it looks like because with all of the money that we're printing and all the interest rates are going up, we're not going to be able to keep up with those payments. And at some point in time, we're going to default. This is all stuff. You may not want to hear it, but this is stuff that's really going on in the real market. And I'm not trying to scare you. None of this is trying to scare you. I'm trying to educate you to keep you ahead of the curve. All right. So I'm going to keep that. Are you trading this market? There we go. Are you trading this market to find long-term investments? Trading this market 57%, looking for long-term 21% cash, 20%. This is a trader's market. We only had 102 people. We had about 200 people in the room. Only 102 people voted. And that's fine. But I'm with you that this is a trader's market. Gold is up. Now, you know something, Mr. Mex Biker? I'm okay with gold, but the dollar's got to fall. The dollar's got to weaken in order for gold to have any kind of substantial move to the upside. All right, so when I look at gold moving today, doesn't mean that I'm ready to back up the truck and buy gold and silver stocks. I am saying that in order for gold to really start to take off, the dollar's got to weaken, and that's not happening right now. Maria says, I'm doing the opposite, paying down debt so I'll be ready when the market picks up. But not everybody's able to do that. Amen to that. That's true. I keep saying we need an American Jubilee in my dreams. I'm on the other side. Oh, I'm with you, Maria. I'm making sure that my credit cards are paid down so that, God forbid, if I ever really need them, it's there. I'm not at a point where I really, really, really need them at this particular point in time. But I am paying down my credit cards so that, something catastrophic happens, those cards will be there. All right. So this is very interesting about the Fed being adamant about trying to get 2% inflation rate. I love the talk, but can he walk the walk? And can we survive the walk? All right. Can we survive the walk? Debt reduction is a great move. Ooh, who pays for that, Stan? Who pays for that? I love the idea of trying to help out people, but at some point in time, who pays for that? We do, right? I'm just saying. Mr. Mex Biker said maybe the government will. Who pays for that? That just doesn't go away. No, none of folks. That money just doesn't go away. That money, so like we're gonna, we forgive all of that. That money doesn't go. That's money that's owed somebody. I'm just putting that out there. Next story: U.S. crude stockpiles 1.2. Where did we find 1.2 million 1.2 million barrels of oil? Where did we find that? Can anybody answer that? Focus on personal debt reduction. Well, that comes from the individual people, right, Bob? That comes from individual people. I mean, reset as price come down to what they should be at. Their proper valuation caused a lot of 401ks to plummet. Sad, but needs to happen. I'm not against that. All right, no refineries left. Is that what it is, Roger? All right, and Micah, I understand. I am of the mindset we've got more than enough oil to be able to sustain ourselves. All right, and I'm all about the drill. All right, you know me, I don't want to get political in here. I'm all about the drilling. We've got the oils. No, all refineries moving to bio. A lot of refineries are refocusing on trying to move over to clean energy. So, and Chris is right. There is no free lunch. At some point in time, folks, even if we try to take care of folks, we got to pay for it. All right, mortgage rates. Mortgage demand down, 28-year low. And that's a barometer for the economy, right? If people are buying homes, the economy is doing good. This is another reason why the economy and the market is going to feel some more downside pressure. People don't want to buy houses right now because mortgage rates are high. If inflation is rising, if interest rates are rising, then mortgage rates are going to be rising as well. How about this one? You were talking about the shipping companies. The shipping companies are making money. MSC, the world's biggest shipping company in the U.S. China trade bellwether, is betting on a rebound for the global economy. How many of you are trading shipping stocks type 1? If you're not trading shipping stocks, type 2. How many of you are trading shipping stocks type 1? If you're not, type 2. I have friends who are multimillionaires, and even they are cutting back, looking for cheaper services and looking for deals. It's partly psychological. I'm a multimillionaire, and right now I'm just living my life. Joey's a multimillionaire. He's just living his life. All right, a lot of people not, and a lot of people are. All right, that's fine. This is a good article, which is giving some insight that this space is still a hot space. And those of you who are trading some kind of shipping stocks today, I'm going to give you 2 ETFs to look at the space if you're not trading those right now. Fireblaze says, my ship is sinking, Glenn. Want to trade? Well, you know something? I got something for you, because this is another one. Hold on. This is another one. How many of you feel that you need to get your portfolios back on the right track? Type of 1. How many of you feel that you've got to get your portfolios on the right track? Type of 1. If you feel good at where you are, type of 2. All right. If you feel good at your portfolio is being able to withstand what's going on, type of 2. All right, because for those of you, I see a lot of 1s coming in. For those of you who feel that you need to get your stocks on the right track, damn, how about this?
You kids are probably asking yourselves, hey, Matt, how can we get back on the right track?
You gotta love that. Joey did a good job with these. So if you feel that you've got to get your portfolio back on the right track, you're at the right spot. You're at the right spot. My portfolio is good, not so much the guy I put the stock to today. So I listen. I love these. I love these that Joey put these together. For those people who are looking to get on the right track. And a lot of the information that I give you as far as what's going on in the market, these news articles that we're looking at, all of these are designed to keep you from getting caught up in the hype of what everybody else is out there saying. Even though I look at the news, we break it down a little bit so that you get a better understanding of what's going down, where to put your money, where to keep your money from going to as well. I'm with you, Marty. All right, so how about this? Novavax, one of the COVID stocks, tumbles after warning of substantial doubt over future. So in the back of my mind, am I saying to myself that Novavax is saying that they are a possible company that could be taken over, could be bought? I don't know. That's me looking way out there. All right, that's definitely me looking way out there. But after substantial doubt over future, a lot of the companies, you look at Pfizer, you look at BioNTech, you look at Moderna, you look at Novavax, who put a lot of money, the government put a lot of money into them to come up with a COVID vaccine. Now what? And you know something? These companies that will survive were the companies that had other drugs in the pipeline. That is a mark of a good biomedical company. What other stocks do you have in your pipeline? So when you look at stories about stocks, about some of these stocks that, go up because they got FDA approval and blah, 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 blah. Excuse me, understand this. Always go and find a website. I've got a Biopharma Catalyst. I think that's the website. Go see what other stocks are in the pipeline for those companies. That is a market understanding of knowing, does this company have legs? Not that this one story came out, but do they have other drugs in the pipeline that they're working through? And the companies that have the bigger pipelines are the companies that will continue to make money. All right. What did Mark say? He said nothing wrong with that. Following the VectorVest successful investor plan. Way to go, Kurt. That's what it's all about. Rig, what is your thought? It had showed up on your chart. Earnings was bad. I'm going to put that one down as well. We're going to look at some of your stocks today. I almost got 10 of your stocks already. All right, let's go to the next story. Here's a stock that we looked at in the Jockey Club, our day trading room this morning. Riata skyrockets on FDA approval for Friedreich's ataxia drug. This is one of those companies that you've got to look to see, do they have other stocks or other drugs in their pipeline? Let's do this. Let's go research, go down to Biopharma Catalyst, and I'm going to put in here, am I signed in? Log in. All right. Enter the, oh man, really? Sigh. I don't want that anymore. Got it. Go away. I don't want this. Let's go back to the home page. I guess I'm not signing in right now. Let's go look at RETA. All right. And the stock is up 188% today. 188% today. If I could log in, it would show me what drugs they have in the pipeline. This is what I look for. This is the kind of stuff that I look for in regards to, is it just news driven today to push it up, or do they really have some other kind of drugs in the pipeline? Some drug companies are one-trick ponies, absolutely. So outside of the news today, does this company have legs? And I'd have to sign into it in order to get it. What do you think about SO? I don't know, haven't looked at it. PFE down because it's taken over another company. So, but also PFE, Pfizer does have a lot of stocks. Pfizer's been around a long time, Lou. All right, so this is a company that's been around quite some time, and they do have lots of drugs in their pipeline. I think them, a testament of just how good of a company they are, gives them the ability to take over another company. I think it was for like $3 billion. That's a good testament of what the company is all about. All right. Can you see if Xroth has any drugs in their pipeline? And the answer to that is no, Mark. Hold on. Hold on.
No, God, please, no, no, no.
All right. So that's the answer to your question, Mark. Glenn, do you have a one-trick pony? Nope, I sure don't. VRTV. I'm almost done with the stories. Lowe's falls on soft revenue guidance. A lot of companies are guiding lower. What did I say at the end of last year? Some of the biggest things that are going to move the market in 2023, of course, outside of inflation, are going to be earnings. Earnings is the engine that drives the market higher. Companies missing earnings is going to be bad for the year. It's going to be bad for the year. All right. What are those funds you were going to discuss? Energy, I believe. What funds? I didn't know what fund. No. Hold on. I told you I got 2 ETFs that I'm going to talk about. And one story that comes out of VectorVest, Terry and Orbital spiked 63% after securing $2.4 billion contract. That means they got money in the coffers. But we still see 2 issues with the stock. So that came from VectorVest. If you go to our main website, go over to the blogs, go to Hot Stocks, you'll find a lot of news that we have on a lot of different stocks. All right, on a lot of different stocks. Let's get into the software. All right, and let's go to work. Let's go to work. To the left. Take it right back, y'all. 1 hop this time. 2 hops this time. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. All right, anyway. Let's go to work. Let's go see what's going on. I love this. I love this. I love doing this stuff, and I'm glad that you guys are here to experience this. All right, so all of the major indices are down. The VIX is up. There's a lot of fear in the market today. LLAP, yeah, until they are positive earnings. Yes, I know, Bob. We're going to take a look at that in a second. Remember, it's a VectorVest story. I wanted to, I always try to let you know that we do a lot of work behind the scenes on our website. But we're going to take a look at that. All right. TRMD. I'm writing down some of these stocks. All the major indices are down. The NASDAQ is leading the charge to the downside. Scott, I already got that stock. The NASDAQ is leading the charge to the downside. Our VectorVest composite is down minimal. All right, minimal. BDRY shipping in. I've got 2 of them that I'm going to show. Let's go to the big news stories. Talking about the shipping ETFs, the 2 that I've got are Boat and C. Boat and C. And BDRY is another one. Is tank overbought and ready for ballistic short. Ooh. Let's go take a look at that. TNK. And no, I still haven't gotten you the difference between TNK and what was the other one? I forget. I still haven't done it. So I got a lot going on. TNK by way of VST is the top stock that I now put in here. Top stock by VST. Stock is undervalued. I do like that. As I look at all of these stocks, there's the stop. 39%. Are you saying that it's ready to short, Bill? All right. So the first thing, instead of trying to speculate, let the stock come to you. Let me bring the stock graph up. Let the stock come to you. Put on a 3-month graph. What's telling me that it's ready to short? So the biggest thing is let's go look at some candlestick patterns. Bill, I got no candlestick patterns. If I'm thinking about trying to short trying to short a stock, let the stock show me that. How many times have you thought that a stock was going to do something only to find out that it didn't? Type a 1 in the room. Bill, you should be typing a 1 in the room. How many of you have thought that a stock was going to do one thing only to find out that it didn't? Type a 1 in the room. All right. And from that perspective, I want to take that and apply it to this where the stock has gone up a lot. And you say, is it ready to be shorted? I am going to say that I'm not going to say that it's ready to be shorted yet because the graph is not showing me anything. So, Bill, it may be ready. Let's go put this on a 6-month graph, put it on a 1-year graph, 1-year high, 5-year high. Whew. I hear what you're saying. I totally understand what you're saying. But until the stock gives me any inclination that it's ready to be shorted, the answer to your question is no. And I look at it today, no wick, very little wick at the top, nice open body, gap up. I don't like that the volume is falling. All right, fine. First thing I'm really looking for are some candlestick patterns. That's what I'm really looking for is some candlestick patterns. All right. So there should be 192 ones. I'm with you, John. There should be, but not everybody wants to chat in the room, and that's fine. But I want to keep you guys off of trying to outguess the market or outguess a stock. It looks great. Will it look great forever? No. Here's a sign that the stock's prices, the volume is falling, but I'm looking for some kind of candlestick before I start to think about that. All right, Bob says, don't short. There's a lot of better shorts out there. Absolutely, I'm with that as well. I'm totally with that as well. All right, so I'm putting that out there in regards to that TNK. I'm not ready to say short yet. Is today opposite day? No, it's not. Kevin says, I could not find you the other day. What are the 7 AI stocks you mentioned Monday? It's in a video. Joey, if you can put the link to the 7 cheap AI stocks in the chat, you can click on that, Kevin. All right. BBBY. I got you, Edmund. All right. If Joey can put that in there, you click on that link. There's all 7 stocks. It's a watch list of those 7 stocks. All right. So 7 cheap stocks. One that I like the most. I talk about that in as well. All right. So as I look at these stocks by VST, out of the 7 stocks that are here, 5 of them have VST above 1s. Which ones of these have good upside potential? TNK. Again, I'm not ready to short this stock. Not yet. It's fundamentally sound, going up. Our CI on the comfort index, there's nothing telling me, Bill, to think about shorting this. Let the stock come to you. And if the candlesticks start to show their face, then don't be afraid to take profits. Right now, I'm going to say, just let the stock come to you. Mark says, VectorVest, give him a no. On that stock, let me give you a no. All right, how about that?
No, 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 no.
All right, so no on shorting that. No on shorting. Selling a put might not be a bad play. Take that money, make that money on the stock's appreciation and sell that put. Taking that premium may not be a bad way. I'm just saying that I don't think that it's time to be short yet. All right, my 2 ETFs for shipping, boat and sea. RTs, I think boat is moving up faster. BDRY is another one. BDRY. All right, where's that sit? Look at that. Look at all of the shipping stuff is at the top of the list, folks. By VST, all of the shipping stocks are at the top of the list. Now, Joey put another poll out there. What do you think the next rate hike will be? What do you think the next rate hike will be? And there's an A, a B, and a C. I want to see, again, I love interacting with you guys to make sure that I want to see where your heads are at. All right. Because I want you guys to be well informed. All right. Contras. I'm still on the side of Contras. On a day like today, what are they doing? Here's my top 5 Contras for you that I'm keeping my eyes on. Fang D, the Qs, Hibbs, SRTY, and SOXS. Those are my top 5 Contras that I want you to keep your eyes on. All right. And on a day like today, they're all making money. That makes sense. All right. Customer picks. Let's go to what just happened there? Oh, man. That doesn't make sense. That's interesting. Customer picks. All right. That had to be from last week. I'm going to empty that. And let's go put some new picks. You don't need to type them in the room. I've already been writing them down. BBIO, BTE, CVE, EFR, SU, CNQ, Reg, VRTV, TRMD, ASML. I'm still a fan of the chip factory, and BBBY. All right, how many stocks did you give me? Oh, man. This happens every so often to my watch lists. This is poopy. The only way to get around it is I got to close it, and then I got to reopen it. All right. I hate when that happens. I do hate when that happens. John Boston, I love an undervalued stock with high RV. Those are always good stocks to be in. Does SO have potential? I'll take a look at that. Let's get to these watch lists again. Size, not what I wanted. Viewers, watch list viewer. Let's get to the customer picks. Oh, they all did go in. That's good. Auto fit all columns. There's PLX, LFGB. That ain't here. I ain't tracking that. And John Deere. All right. So I think we're going to end up here. Don't worry about, I might show you a couple of other ideas that I have, but it looks like you want these stocks to be looked at. So out of all of the stocks that you gave me, first thing I look for is sorted by VST. TRMD's got the highest VST, whereas Bed Bath & Beyond has the lowest. This stock, PLX, there was news on this. I did that. Was that today? It was not. I did a story recently on this. I don't remember what the story was. Well, anyway, it's up today. VST at 1.39. RIG, there's the shipping at 1.33. You wanted to look at SO. SO, right? Let's go take a look at where it is. Let's go see where it is. Towards the bottom of the list. So the thing is that I'm not telling you what I feel about the stock. I'm showing you what the analysis is giving me about the stock. I want to back up a little bit. How many of you are not subscribers to the VectorVest system? Type a 1 in the room. If you are a subscriber to the VectorVest system, type a 2. How many of you are not subscribers to the VectorVest system? Type a 1. If you are a subscriber to the VectorVest system, type a 2. There's a reason why I'm asking this question. I see more and more and more people not becoming a subscriber saying that I can get all of this analysis for free. And the first thing I'm going to say is, no, you can't. Our analysis, our indicators are proprietary. So you can't go anyplace else and get those indicators. Why is that important? Well, when I look at, out of all of the stocks that you've given me, I'm analyzing them by way of our master indicator VST. I look at TRMD. The stock is undervalued. I like that, number one. The stock should outperform a AAA corporate bond over the next 1 to 3 years by 60%. I like that. The stock is currently in an uptrend. I like that. The company has the ability to withstand long or lengthy price declines by CI. I like that. The stock's a buy. The stock's got positive earnings and grows their earnings by 45%. Now, a lot of people will say, well, I can get all that information. No, this is forecasted earnings, forecasted out 12 months. So why is that important? Because I'm looking at earnings of $7.50 out. So if I look at the actual earnings and look at our earnings, I can see, does it have upside? That's number 6, why I like that. Now, let's go look at the stocks that you gave me at the bottom of the list. Bed Bath & Beyond, overvalued. I don't like that. Does it have good upside potential? No, relative value is below the value of 1. I don't like that. Relative safety, where's it at? Well, it's an indicator of how safe the stock is. It's below 1. Relative timing, the stock's in a downtrend. Negative earnings and negative earnings growth rate. So again, it's not me saying, hey, I like it because I hear some news on it. I'm giving you the actual factual data that you need to make the right decision. I'm not a Kramer. I'm not a CNBC. I'm not a Market Watch. I'm not Yahoo Business. I'm not any of that stuff. Why I always say, I tell you the things that you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And somebody could be out there telling you, well, Bed Bath & Beyond is, is getting ready to go up. Show me. I'm like, right now, I'm the show me stage. Show me. The stock is grossly overvalued. Hey, it's up 12% today. All right, as a trader, as a speculator, could I make some money on it? Absolutely. But I know that I'm a speculator. I know that I'm a trader. I'm going to be in and I'm going to be out of that. A lot of people get caught up in the news and they hold it for days, for weeks, and wondering, wow, why am I still down on the stock? That's why. And this analysis, and that's why it's a meme stock, Dave. I'm with you on that. It's a meme stock, and it is heavily. It could be in a short squeezed kind of thing, blah, 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 blah. But not everybody understands what that means, Dave. Not everybody out there understands what that means. And because they don't understand what that means, they'll get in that stock on a day like today. The greed factor kicks in, and then it kicks their butt. Does that make sense, Dave? Not everybody understands how a meme stock works, how the shorts being overly short works. They don't. So when I'm looking at a stock, out of all of the stocks that you gave me, what stocks would I consider? The stocks that are undervalued, like PLX. I like that. It's undervalued. It's got great upside potential. It may not be a safe stock, but it's got good upside potential, and it's in an uptrend, and it's got a higher propensity to keep moving up in price because the stock is more resistant to big pullbacks in the market. Folks, that's why for anybody who says that they are not a subscriber to the software, consider it. Go to www.vectorvest.com/YT. 99 cents gets you 30 days access to everything that I'm showing you right here. 30 days for 99 cents. And for anybody who wants to sit back and say, well, I don't need this because I can get this information for free. No, you can't. This is proprietary indications to help you to make money. Now, Roger says it's also losing money. Well, let's go check it out. Is it? It's got positive earnings growth. Let's graph it. Let's go take a look. View the stock graph. Do I like this stock? Let me clear this. Do I like the stock intraday? No. Put this on a 1 month graph. Do I like it? There's a bounce in earnings higher than it was a month ago. Let's go put this on a different graph layout. Let's put it on my trade layout using the 3 and the 8. Listen, when I look at this stock, it's got a relative value of 1.45, relative safety below 1, relative timing, relative in CI above 1. I'm okay with jumping on board. Right now, what would I do? I'd look at 5 cents higher than the high on the 1 month graph before I pull the trigger. It's got a lot of buying pressure, big wick at the bottom of the candle. It is at a level of resistance. Even though even though volume is falling, it's still above average volume. That means there's still a lot of people. There's a lot of commitment behind it. And I see that, Marty. I do see that. But even with the falling, it's still above. So, you know something? If I'm thinking about getting in, because Marty brings up a great point, maybe I don't put a full position into it. Does that make sense, Marty? I like the way that the stock is moving. I like that these big wicks show up, but the stock's price keeps on moving. So maybe I don't back up the truck and put a full, if I'm looking at $5,000 per position, maybe I put in $1,500, $2,000. All right, Mark says, I use VectorVest mostly for market direction clarification. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. All right, so I did that for the reasons of a lot of people out there like to say that, you know, I don't want VectorVest because I can get all of this information for free. You wanted me to look at SO. Stock is overvalued, good upside potential. Safety is not there, but it's close. What's hurting it right now? The stock's in a downturn. Relative timing tells me that the stock's in a downturn. I don't care what nobody else is out there telling you. The stock, by way of relative timing, is in a downturn. It's a sell recommendation. I like the positive earnings and the positive earnings growth. Let's take a look at the stock. All right, let's take a look at the stock. Put this on a 1 month graph. Yeah, what is there to like about it? Now, could it be ready for a level of bouncing? Yeah, let the trade come to me, though. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a green bar, number one. Number two, let's see if it breaks through a level of resistance. Number three, let's see if the 3 and the 8 cross. Let's see if the 3 and the 8 cross. So this is what I'm looking at. These are the things that I'm looking at. One last stock, LNG. Oh, LNG. Let's see where it fits in the list first, Sue. Ooh, I like, by way of VST, it's in the top tier. Boom, that catches my attention right away. So no matter who's talking about what stocks out there, you put them into a watch list. Where do they sit in the watch list? I like that. Stock is undervalued. Boom. So it's towards the top of the list, undervalued, good upside potential, should outperform a AAA corporate bond by 74% over the next 1 to 3 years. It's a safe stock. The RT tells me the stock is pretty leveled out right now. It's got good CI. It's a buy recommendation. Let's go take a look at the stock. View the stock graph. Let's peep this out. That's intraday today, 1 month. I would like, based upon everything I see, now I'm looking at the graph. Let's go see if we can take out that 1 month high. Let's put this on a 3 month graph. Ooh. Over the last 3 months, it's trading lower than it was 3 months ago. Nice little bounce right here. 3-8 cross. Good buy-in right there. Right now, since then, it's been moving sideways. Notice that 1, 2, 3, 4 candles are inside this big gap candle. Ooh, Sue. This tells me the stock is having a hard time getting out of its own way. That's important. So before I think I want to buy it, I may like it, blah, 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 but before I think about buying it, let's let it get out of its own way first. Whew. For those, let me ask you a question. Do you see the power behind a VectorVest watch list, type of 1? If you think I'm blowing smoke where it don't belong, type of 2. Honest question. If you see the power behind a VectorVest watch list, type of 1. If I am just bloviating, type of 2. And again, I address this because a lot of people think that I can get all of this information for free and I don't need VectorVest. Well, when I put a stock into a watch list and very clearly can see where it stands in the list, that's powerful. When I can turn around and see, well, how about this stock? ASML, overvalued. I don't like the upside potential. It's a safe, they make money, but relative timing is above 1. I can now say that this is more of an aggressive play that I don't want to own long term. Because a lot of people who see the news, they watch the stock's price go up, and then they say, man, I'm in this stock, I'm going to, well, ASML tells me, yeah, no. It's overvalued. It doesn't have good upside potential. It does make money. It's in an uptrend, but fundamentally not altogether sound. I now know that this is a trade. Whereas I go to LNG, undervalued, good. Man, I can hold that I can give that stock a little bit more leeway when I buy it. Let's go to BTE. Undervalued, like it. Good upside potential. The stock's got good upside potential. What's hurting it? Relative timing. There's a bad time to be in a good stock. I like that it's cheap. I like that it's undervalued. I like that it's got good upside potential. But it's going down in price. I wait for a better opportunity. Woo-wee. Folks, that's power. Remember, I always like to say too, we do the work, you reap the rewards. This is where that happens, right there. We've done the work for you. Now I can very easily discern which ones I like longer term, which ones I need to get in and get out of. Takes all of that off my mind. Whereas without it, you're just flying blind because some article told you that this stock has got great upside potential. So what else was somebody was beating me up on Palantir? Let's go put Palantir in here. All right, let's go put Palantir in here. First off, where does it stand on the list? Dang it, way down there. Now, why did I like Palantir? Because they keep getting contract after contract after contract. They are in the AI space that could help push them up. Well, let's go look at it though. Overvalued? Yeah. Upside potential? No. Relative safety? Not a safe stock. Is it going up in price? No. Positive earnings? Yeah, they grow the rate by 25%, 25% a year. So I argued the case why I liked the stock, but I also said in the video that it wasn't a pristine VectorVest stock. So I argued the point long term. Am I ready to get into it? And I did pull the trigger on the trade. I said, okay, let me give it a little bit of leeway. It failed very quickly, and I mitigated my losses very quickly. There's no reason for the person who made the comment to say that I told him to go buy the stock. He held it, and it's gone down for 7 days in a row, and I remind him of Kramer. There's no reason why you should have been holding it for 7 days. I argued the case, but if the stock didn't come to you quickly, dump it. There you go. All right, I'm done for the day. Today was a day. Don't worry about that, Joey, because I'm not doing that right now. Today was a day that we looked at the news. We did some stuff on what's going on in the market to keep you updated that the market still has more downside than anything. All right, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right. Lee says, hit the like button. Thanks, Glenn. You're welcome. Hit the like button. If you like what I gave to you today, hit the like button. Doesn't cost you anything to do that. For anybody who is not a subscriber to the software, hopefully that gave you some insight as to the power of the software. And that's just using a watch list. Folks, that's just using a watch list. All right. So there's so much more that we can do than that. So much more we can do than that. All right, but and today we did look at your stocks because a lot of people are in the mode of, what do I do? This market is up one day, down one day, up one day, down one day. What do I do? And hopefully if these are stocks that you're into, that you're trading right now, use the analysis within the VectorVest software to make a better decision. Thank you, Glenn and Joey. Thank you, Maria. 2 ETFs for tanking. I put that up there. Boat. You don't have to change it, Joey. It was BOAT, B-O-A-T. And the second one was, I did show them. Did I not show them? The second one was C, S-E-A. And there's a third one, B-D-R-Y. I thought I did show that. So much better that you do the live stuff. I was a subscriber years ago and it was tough. Well, thank you, Bob. I'm glad that you're here. All right. And it's going to be the whole year like this. I don't disagree with that. My hat. What about my hat? You don't like my hat? Listen, I like my hat. I do like my hat. What do you think of the next rate hike will be? 63% of you think it's going to be a 50 basis point. 32% of you think it's going to be a 25 basis point. And only 3% of you think that it's going to be a 75 basis point. All right. So 97 votes. All right. And it is better to, there we go. Another 10. Did we get 100 likes? We got 100 likes. Way to go. So you know what my next thing is? I want to try to push each segment here to get to 300 people. And then we're going to try to push to 400 people. Folks, I don't think that you find any other any other channel on this YouTube that takes you through the market the way that we do. That instructs you on the market the way that we do, that informs you on the market the way that we do. And as far as a stock to pump or dump, I don't care about none of these stocks. I care about finding the stocks that help you to make some money. But I got no interest in what any of these stocks do. Mark says, love the talk show. There you go. It's a talk show. And that's it. Thanks, Glenn and Joey, for all you do for us. This is what we do. This is what it's all about. All right, I gotta go. All right. With that, adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Bon dia, salam, shalom, namaste. Until the next time, folks, yasu. See ya.